What's up, everybody? Welcome to another reaction video. I have not done one of these in a while. It seems like it's been forever, but we are back, and we're gonna take a look at a video by the YouTuber named Jamari. We have done reactions on his videos in the past, so I feel like, what better way to come back to reacting to videos than to be watching the boy Jamari. And his video is titled, Hawk Tuah Girl is in Denial She Destroyed Her Career. Without further ado, please like this video, subscribe to the channel, and let's get into the video.
So recently, the Hawk Tuah girl has been trying to salvage the final stage of her career after the curious crypto situation she found herself in at the end of last year, where she teased and then put out her Hawk meme coin created by a development team using her likeness. Obviously, she promotes the crap out of it, and of course on the day it was launched it was already doomed.
My Hawk meme coin is live!
As it had already...
I still hold true to what I said. If you are buying a Hawk meme coin or a meme coin advertised by a celebrity, you should just expect that you are about to get finessed in one way or another.
Already been countlessly sniped and then pumped and then dumped. Now obviously Hawk Tuah, aka Haley Welch, really needs no introduction on this channel. She got famous for talking about her methods for sucking dudes off. And to be honest, her taking that one moment and turning it into millions of dollars in opportunities was impressive to say the least. But I will say, with Jake Paul as her apparent puppeteer, it was really no surprise when she would eventually crash and burn.
He was exactly what I expected. Like, he lets on like he's an asshole, and that's what I like about him. He owns up to that shit. He knows it. That's what I got respect for him.
And now she has really been trying to make this comeback lately after she had hibernated for around a good 4 months.
But anywho, I'm gonna go to bed, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.
Much later.
Well, welcome back to another episode of Talk Tuah. It's been a hot minute since we've been back here, but now we're the official owners of Talk Tuah.
I already spoke about the return episode of the Talk Tuah podcast that she did with KSI.
I wonder why KSI actually went on the podcast. I never watched the episode. Honestly, I've never watched one of her episodes. But you guys let me know, was it actually a good podcast? Or were people just going there because she had clout at the time?
Where she had conducted just about the worst interview I've ever seen, even at one time asking him if he invented FIFA. Yes, like the game where you kick the fucking ball.
So what was the first thing you got like really known for?
Ooh, FIFA.
What is FIFA?
So FIFA is like a football game or soccer game where, I don't know, you pass the ball around the pitch and then you put it in the net.
Oh, you come up with that?
No, I did not.
Oh my gosh. To be fair, it's not like, most people know about soccer and, the basics of kicking the ball and passing it to your teammates and scoring a goal in the net. Man, she's really living up to the stereotype of blondes. Let's just put it that way.
Oh, come on with FIFA. No.
Now after that episode, she would have that one chick from Ridiculousness come on her podcast. The one with the annoying ass laugh. And just a little side note, who remembers that funny ass moment when Charlamagne told her to her face that she's a horrible rapper?
But just
how
because
mad
you
you get.
say something doesn't make it the truth.
She's
Just
saying that
saying.
because I told her she was whack rapping one time.
Yeah.
That's all. Have y'all ever heard her rap? Oh, okay. Good for the people that said no.
He doesn't know my mother musical track record, so get him million.
Off-white, Dior. I post a booty pic, they wanna see more.
Either way, she had her on for some absolutely groundbreaking conversation.
Literally, like, giving your man a job, and you're like,
You just picture me.
you got.
And then from there, the last couple of weeks, she's had a few people on, but I literally had no idea who they were. And I also could not spend any more of my time digesting hours of her content on end. Honestly, it cannot be good for someone's mental health. But just yesterday, she must have noticed that the numbers on her channel weren't looking too hot. I would say that these figures represent much more of a dry hand job than her normal lubricated antics. And now she has made a dedicated episode to talking about the Hawk coin situation, as she has now apparently been cleared by the SEC of any wrongdoing, which more often than not, as it stands, is what tends to happen in these sketchy crypto situations.
Hey guys, it's finally time that we get into the meme coin disaster and address everything that's going on, and we can finally tell our truth about it as we know it, and I finally get to tell my side side of the story that I've been holding on to.
Now, her side of the story is basically, once again, that she was so stupid that she got tricked by bad people into doing this.
Honestly, I do believe that she didn't know what she was getting into when she decided to do this Hawk meme coin. She was red hot at the time, and obviously when you are in a state or in a moment where you are getting all this traction, getting all the adulation, getting all the praise, getting all the clout, you're going to have multiple people coming into your pockets trying to push you towards doing this or sponsoring this or doing that she might have just not known what she was getting into. But like I said before, if your name is attached to something, the responsibility of it going well or doing bad falls on the person whose name is attached to it. So it's not something where I'm saying, oh yeah, cut her some slack, she didn't know any better. But you should do your due diligence if you're getting into business with anybody, shady or not. You should be able to cover yourself and not become a liability to your own brand. That's how things should work if you are moving in business or in anything. Your reputation is your brand. Your brand is what creates your income and your revenue. So you don't want to do anything to jeopardize that. And she did. Now, for someone who was like at the mountaintop is literally trending down.
Of Logan Paul and CryptoZoo, to be honest with you. Only in this case, I actually kind of believe Sandy Cheeks here when she says she has the IQ of a bag of Takis.
So why are you just now wanting to address everything?
It's something you definitely want to address, but I couldn't at the time because of like all the legal stuff going on. I was in an open investigation, going to see the FBI, and then the SEC reached out. And I think somebody else reached out too, but they ended up not wanting anything after everything else was shut down. I don't know, it was very stressful because I couldn't get my point across and I had to just sit there and let people call me a scammer, a crook, all sorts of different things. It was stressful.
Now I gotta say, one of my favorite things about this episode of Hawk Tuah has to be how her co-host here just tees up these pre-made questions that keep cutting into the video.
So did you make anything from the coin at all? So you got paid for promoting it, or? So how was the deal presented to you? So pretty much in all the videos you did, you were just saying what they were telling you to say. If you could go back and talk to yourself before the whole crypto launch or meme coin or anything like that, what would you do differently?
It is obviously all pre-planned and recorded over many times.
Well, to be fair, that's her co-host. What do you expect is going to happen? You're not bringing an independent person to question her. She's going to be questioned by her co-host. And obviously, there's something called a PR. So you're going to make questions that make you look good, make you look like the victim, make you look like you were so oblivious to what was going on, because at this point, she's trying to save the remains of her career. So I'm not really gonna push too hard on that because a lot of people do that. Is it genuine? No, but it's not like something that doesn't happen.
So how'd you even get introduced to like the crypto space?
I mean, it was just like any other deal that gets brought to you. Like, the deal got brought to my managers a few times by different people. I don't know, I was very hard to persuade at first because I've never heard anything good about the space, like Bitcoin, crypto. I've never heard anything good about it. And I didn't know enough to really get into it, I don't think. But I finally gave in. And
now she says this, but several times she posted online alluding to the idea that she found out all of this information on Bitcoin and meme coins, and that it was the best decision that she had apparently ever made.
So after I saw Michael Saylor speak at the Bitcoin conference, I have decided to start putting some money into crypto, and I just want to say, oh my God, thank you so much, Mr. Saylor. Oh yeah, if I launch a meme coin, can I give you some tokens?
Yeah, I'll give you my wallet.
Okay.
Are you sure?
Honestly, I do find it quite interesting that she got all these guests off of saying something so stupid like Hawk Tuah spit on that thing. Whoa, pause, okay? But like, I just find it very interesting. Her and Bobby Altov literally just start getting all these guests off of doing nothing. But I'm not a hater. I'm not gonna be a hater. She do what she do and she got what she got. It is cool. It's cool. I'm not even tripping. By the way, if it looks like I'm confused and looking around everywhere, I'm trying to figure out how I can just straight record through OBS. Before, I would record separately on my camera and screen record and just kind of mesh both of them together. but I'm doing everything all at once. So I'm trying to like move and drag the screen and make sure that I'm using two screens. It's kind of confusing, but this is my first time back. I'm trying to get the hang of it. So if it looks like I don't know what I'm doing, well, that's because I don't. Let's get back to the video.
You're gonna launch? I don't know. I'm not a big fan about meme coins.
Leading up to it definitely had good spots because, I mean, you were promised some money out of it. I was promised money out of it for marketing it, which I think you helped me market it too at one point, did you not?
Yeah, I was the one videoing it and sending all the ads for it.
So, I mean, you were both promised money up front for doing that, just like a spokesperson would for a coin.
Now, in that other leaked podcast that we talked about on the last Hawk Tuah episode, where she had FaZe Banks and his crypto nerds on, her lawyer alluded to the idea that she was given a couple $100,000 for her promotion of this coin.
It was very publicly set up like wrong.
And keep in mind, there was supposed to be a percentage of the overall coins allotted to her at some point in the future. But now she's claiming here that she has none of that money left, that it apparently was all dried up by legal fees, and also hiring a public relations team to try and clean this entire mess up.
So did you make anything from the coin at all?
So the only thing I made from it wasn't even from the coin. I got paid a marketing fee. That's all I made. I did not make a dime from the coin itself.
So you got paid for promoting it, or?
Just promoting it and putting all the work into it, like the videos and stuff that I do for him to post. That's what I got paid for.
Yeah, that just shows that she was literally coaxed into doing this. She didn't get nothing out of it, so she didn't get even the scam part out of it. She didn't get no money out of the rug pull. She was just the face to the scam, but she was not the participant of the scam. Like, I can say she is untalented and this and that, but I'm gonna keep it fair. That's what I always do. So she is not completely absolved, but she is just like ignorant. That's just what it is. So I think after this point, like, no one really cares about what the Hawk Tuah girl got going on. But, you know, hopefully she can find her footing back and find a way to kind of get back into the good graces of people. I really don't know what she really has to offer in terms of value, but clearly at some point people enjoyed her podcast. So whatever value she was given back then, I don't know if you could duplicate it. So it's going to be a tough battle, but I think she can do okay.
At this point, like, everything I paid for, like, PR crisis, a new lawyer, stuff like that.
All that money went to that?
Every bit of it went to that. So, I mean, I've really come out with nothing.
God, could this statement use a lot more transparency about how much money she actually received and how much she has shelled out? And honestly, just because the legal fees allegedly ate up all of that cash, doesn't mean that what she did isn't still fucked up. It's like, because they let her off the hook, to her, everyone else should understand what she did, as she shows no remorse. That is the actual reasoning in her head.
So how was the deal presented to you?
They present it to me with, like, little work, like what I told you earlier. Like, they'll send me sentences of what to say, and I'll just take a selfie video saying it and repeating it, and then I'll send it to the guy that's running it, and he'd post it on Twitter. My whole Twitter was ate up with crypto stuff. Like, he got the community together. I did none of that. I don't know any of those people. Keep in mind, I don't even have Twitter downloaded.
Yeah, I remember you making videos, like, talking about it, and I had no idea.
Yes, and you had to video it for me.
Yeah.
You're like, what does that mean? I was like, I don't know. I couldn't tell you.
Yeah.
You know, Twitter is just like a place where you can literally type something out and post it if you want to. My Twitter was dedicated to crypto.
Yeah.
And honestly, at this point, she's really just pissing me off. I just feel like when you have an audience, you do have a certain responsibility to vet what messages are going out to them, especially when it's in the realm of a scam. And if I personally do not understand something, I'm definitely not going to allow someone to plaster it all over my brand.
It's that greed, man. Sometimes when money is presented into the equation, whatever morals you have pretty much goes out the window. I feel like the first sign to run away is when someone is offering you money to do something like crypto. That should already raise a red flag to begin with. I don't care if the coin's legitimate. I don't care if it's a meme coin. I don't care what it is. If someone is trying to pay me to attach my name to something where the market is determining what they get as a return, where is something that is not guaranteed, where is something that is not going to be able to help somebody in their day-to-day life, I will stand clear of it, because I don't want to be liable for something that is volatile, like the market. Why would I want to be the reason you lose your investment? That's how I kind of see things, but I might be wrong. I might not even just know what I'm talking about. But I just think that seems pretty common sense, but who knows.
For example, I've been offered tens of thousands of dollars to do a sponsorship with one of those companies that loans people out basically petty cash. And I never take those sponsorships because those are the type of things that deceptively ruin people's lives who
Yeah, those are like predatory loans.
do not understand what they are doing. It's like all these influencers who have sold out to the online casinos. I think it's fucked up because many times you are selling your audience on something deceptive like winning big with house money. But that is another topic for another day.
Do you remember when we went to the Bitcoin conference too?
Yes.
And they told us that like they were a really tight community.
Mm-hmm.
We sat there for how long? It was a few hours.
For hours, yeah. We met a lot of people, but
I couldn't tell you what any of them
I didn't
do.
understand any of it at all.
If you don't know what you're getting into, here's a thing. I mean, here's a crazy idea. Don't get into it. I just think that's pretty common sense. If you do not know what you're getting into, stay away from the thing. If you are not fully aware of what you're getting into, either learn what you are getting into or just don't get into it. You know? I'm sorry, I'm having way too much fun with this like OBS thing.
I learned anything in there.
Mm-hmm.
She's like, oh, I couldn't understand it at all. Even hours after trying to learn about it and engage in the community, meeting thought leaders in the space, I was still completely clueless. But fuck it, I threw my name right on it. I let them take over all my social media accounts.
Yeah.
But they went through my phone. I was cleared from them, and I wasn't named on the lawsuit either.
That would have terrified me.
It was definitely scary, but at the end of the day, it's like something that makes you feel better though, because
you didn't have nothing to hide.
Yeah, I don't have anything to hide. I gave them everything on my phone. They went through it. They sent it back, and I was cleared. I wasn't named on the lawsuit. None of that. So like legally, I was not in any trouble because I didn't do anything, and I have proof that I didn't do anything.
Now to me, just because she was legally cleared doesn't mean that she did nothing morally wrong in this situation. At the end of the day, she was the driving vehicle behind the operation in the way that her image was used to make the project visible to millions of people. I mean, after all, the entire thing was named after her brand. I mean, don't get me wrong, guys, are the people who bought into this absolute idiots?
Same
yes.
thing I said.
But was she still in the wrong, and should there be some sort of accountability in her response? Absolutely. But I need you guys to brace yourself because her next statement is her most delusional in this entire video.
I don't know, it just kind of sucks. There's people out here that hate me for promoting a coin. It's like Paris Hilton. I mean, she's got cooking stuff out, like cooking appliances.
Mm-hmm.
She didn't sit there and take the time to make them. She's just the face of it.
Yeah.
Those
Are you serious? Are you serious? Did she just say that? Cooking appliances that you had no part in making is different from telling people to invest in something and almost guaranteeing that they will get a return. One, you can buy something, cooking appliances that you can actually use. Telling somebody to spend their hard-earned money to buy this crypto because you're going to get this return back is drastically different. One, you can actually get something in value from what you spent. The other, the money is gone. Am I tripping? Did she just say that? Did she just say people don't like her because she just promoted a crypto coin that turned out to be a scam? She's lost the plot. She don't understand the levity of what she did. That's just what that means. She was saying that I didn't do anything wrong. I pretty much promoted something I had no knowledge about. I was just doing it because I was getting paid a marketing fee. But why are people so mad that, you know, a helpless girl like me that was so ignorant did this thing? Why are people so mad? Well, maybe because your name was attached to something that made people lose some money. Now, ultimately, the responsibility and the accountability goes to the people who decided to spend their hard-earned money to buy a meme coin. I would say those people are about 60% accountable for that, but you should understand why people don't want to really mess with you anymore after you did that, and you pretty much went into hiding 2 weeks after when people were looking for answers.
Or hers, you know?
So that's pretty much like you with the crypto coin.
Yeah, I was just a spokesperson for it. I mean, they pay you for being a spokesperson for it, but it's not actually your coin, if that makes sense.
I mean, that has to be some of the most brain-dead logic I've ever witnessed.
So dumb.
But this is the type of bad precedent that has been set in these crypto situations where these people get off with nothing more than a slap on their wrist. Her whole perspective here and the way she talks about the situation is as if she was some sort of victim.
Alright, well, I'm gonna end the video right there. I think accountability and Haley Welch, they just don't go together. The fact that she is literally trying to absolve herself from any form of responsibility or accountability just speaks volumes. And at this point, I think that this is pretty much a teachable moment, because not all money is good money. Just because somebody offers you money to do something don't mean the money is good or it's with good intentions. There's a lot of bad players in the game, and if they see somebody who is vulnerable or ignorant to something, that is an easy person they can take advantage of. So the point of all of this and why I even reacted to this video is to let people know that, first of all money is not good money. Two, fully vet what you are getting yourself into before you put your name on anything. Your name is the biggest marketing tool and the biggest loyalty tool that people are going to use to either mess with you or not. And if you ruin your name, your brand, well, you're going to have a hard time regaining the trust of the market. With all that being said, I'll see you guys in the next video. And yeah, reactions are back. Peace.